Be strong, confident, and of good courage, for you shall cause this people to inherit the land which I swore to their fathers to give them. Isn't that wonderful? So be strong, be confident, and of good courage, for you shall cause this people to inherit the land which I swore to their fathers to give them.
The fields are white, ready to harvest. The laborers are few, he's calling you. Let's get busy in the vineyard today. Help someone as you walk along the way. People coming from all about, east, west, north, and south. They're coming in the ark for safety. They're coming in the ark. Come just as you are. Come to the Savior.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy. My name is Catherine and it is so good to be here with you today. Why? Because this is the day that the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. It is a fantastic day because we have courage. Our courage is rising in God. And right now in this time period, it is a little dark and dim because of the change in the weather and the season. It's just, we're heading into winter season, into the cold season. So it's so easy to become a little bit overwhelmed by it. And then right now in this year 2020, we are also experiencing COVID-19 and the pandemic that is worldwide, that is really affecting how we think and how we deal with everything and everyone. So it makes us a little uneasy because we're heading into the unknown. And then now we are going to be experiencing a brand new year, 2021, in just a couple of days. I just say a couple of days because it seems like the days are just melding or melting into one another, and it seems like the time is moving, but we are not seeing very much change. That like everything is on like a standstill. But you know what the Lord has said to me? He says, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he will strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. And when I thought about that, I also thought about the Psalm 27, where that is taken from. And I just want to read for you Psalm 27. And this is what it says: Triumphant Song of Confidence. And this is written by David, King David, and this is in the New Revised Standard Version. And it says it like this: The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When evildoers assail me to devour my flesh, my adversaries and foes, they shall stumble and fall. Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war rise up against me, yet I will be confident. One thing I asked of the Lord that I will seek after, to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, and to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For he will hide me in his shelter in the day of trouble. Isn't that fantastic? That is what we need to see happening today. That God hides us in the shelter of his tabernacle in the day of trouble. He will conceal me under cover of his tent. He will set me high on a rock. Now my head is lifted up above mine enemies all around me, and I will offer in his tent sacrifices with shouts of joy. I will sing and make melody to the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry aloud. Be gracious to me and answer me. Come, my heart says, seek his face. Your face, Lord, do I seek. I do not hide your face, and do not hide your face from me. Do not turn your servant away in anger, you who have been my help. Hallelujah. Do not cast me off. Do not forsake me, O God of my salvation. If my father and my mother forsake me, the Lord will take me up. Teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me in a level path because of my enemies. Do not give me up to the will of my adversaries, for false witnesses have risen against me, and they are breathing out violence. I believe that I shall see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. And that's the end of that's the last verse in Psalms 27, the triumphant song of confidence of David. And he is telling us to wait for the Lord. Wait for him. Don't get anxious. Don't go ahead of him, but wait for the Lord and be of good courage. And he will strengthen your heart. He will let your heart be full of joy. Hallelujah. Take courage and wait for the Lord. And that joy, we talked about joy yesterday, but we talked about it in the form of gratitude, having an attitude of gratitude towards the Lord and towards everything, just giving thanks for the things that we have and the things that he has done. And with that attitude, we're setting ourselves up for success, because with gratitude then comes courage. Courage is built in us. We're uplifted by the knowing that we know that God is for us. And if God be for us, who can be against us? So let us take courage. Let us be bold. Let us be strong in God. And especially in this season of so much disruption and so much upheaval and uncertainty, it is so easy to become discouraged. It's so easy to just want to cave in and quit. But we cannot quit. We have to hold on to God's unchanging hand. Yes, and build our hopes on things eternal. Just hold to God's unchanging hand. And I'm grateful because we serve a God who loves us and cares for us. And he has our best, best intentions for us. He has our best plans for us, hope for us, all that we need. He has it. So it's a matter of us just relaxing and waiting on him. do like, as I said, Psalms 27, the song of confidence, because that's what we need for this time. So we need to take courage and not become anxious or weary in what the Bible says, being weary in well doing, knowing that we're going to reap if we faint not. And on the note, I was reading in the Bible app, and today was a very good word from the Lord. But also there is this passage that I wanted to read. And being a good leader, being one of leadership, we have to have courage. And we know that that's what the Lord told Joshua, to be of good courage, that he shouldn't waver, but meditate on the word of the Lord day and night, and that he will have good success. Well, let me read this to you because I found this to be very encouraging as well. It's from the Catalyst Leader by Brad, let me see, by Brad Lomenick, Lomenick, Brad, the Catalyst Leader. And it's part of his devotion in the Bible app. And this is what he says: build a culture of courage. He says this. He says, courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the commitment to overcome it. Courage doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you battle against your fear and confront it. Courage pushes you to resist the impulse to shy away from the things that stir up your innermost anxieties. Courage is required and must be a constant. That's like my name. My name is Catherine Constant. So I'm going to add courage to that. Catherine Courage Constant. I think that's really good. I had persistence as my middle name before when I was working as a principal, but now I think I'm going to take on the word courage. Yes, Catherine Courage Constant. So it says here, let me read on. Courage pushes you to resist the impulse to shy away from the things that stir up your innermost anxieties. Courage is required and must be a constant. It's tiny pieces of fear all glued together. Wow. The lives of great Christian leaders teach us that those who follow a God-sized calling need God-sized courage. Abraham left his home to journey to a place he wasn't even sure existed. Moses overcame his speech impediment to lead the people of Israel to freedom. Joshua faced doubters who feared the promised land was too difficult to conquer. Gideon led an army of only 300 to defeat an army of thousands. Daniel and Esther displayed tremendous courage in the face of death. Nehemiah overcame fierce opposition to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem in 52 days. Jesus faced the cross and triumphed over death. Paul penned parts of the New Testament while nurturing wounds in prison. And nearly every apostle preached the gospel until being martyred. So then, this is what he suggests that you can do. He says, here are some helpful tips to build a culture of courage in your organization, and maybe within your life and also with your family. To how do you go about building a culture of courage, an atmosphere of courage in your home? Set scary standards. That's a good one. Your level of excellence and expectation for your product or service or experience should always be something that is nearly unattainable. Now, I really needed to hear this because there's some things that I have been setting and things that I'm wanting to do, but they do seem a little bit scary and a little bit out there. But this is so encouraging that it's okay to set scary standards. Safe goals are set by safe leaders with safe visions. Give your people a goal that scares them, and you'll produce leaders who know what it means to overcome fear. And right now in this day and age, that's what we need. We need to overcome the fear that just seems to want to overtake us to the point where it paralyzes us. And we need to have faith, take courage, walk forward in spite of what things may look like. And it says here, allow for failure. The road to success is many times put together through multiple failures Allow for and even encourage your team to fail as they attempt to succeed. Reward innovation. Innovation requires taking risks. Isn't this good? I love this. Innovation requires taking risks. And bold risks create bold team members. Rewarding innovation will challenge your team to grow in their roles. Pursue the right opportunities. Not every risk is a good one. Be disciplined. Aggressively pursue a few things that make sense. Say no often. Learn to delegate. This is one of the most courageous things a leader can do. Entrusting others with important tasks requires letting go and relinquishing control. Liberally pass responsibility and authority to your team. If you want your team to be courageous, give them a chance to lead. And that is really good. So even within your family, your household, give your family a chance to lead, to help you, to assist you, to build this culture of courage. And that is what we need in our homes today, especially leading into this new era. We need to build a culture of courage in our homes. So let me just recap what he said. Set scary standards. Allow for failure. Reward innovation. Pursue the right opportunities and learn to delegate. Yeah. So I like this, the pursue the right opportunities. Not every risk is a good one. Be disciplined. Aggressively pursue a few things that make sense. Say no often. I like that. And I think for this time coming up, that is something as a family and a group that we need to do, is to really be aggressive, to pursue a few things that make sense. And, you take risks and you have courage with the risk. However, make sure that the risks make sense and that they are disciplined. So I found this to be very helpful, and I hope that it helps you too. A word of encouragement. Anxious hearts are very heavy, but a word of encouragement does wonders. Proverbs 12:25. Words are powerful. Our words can uplift or destroy a person's confidence. Some people like to make cutting remarks, but the words of the wise soothe and heal. Proverbs 12:18. Bless others with a positive word. Be kind, be loving, be compassionate. A word of encouragement. I love you. Be blessed. Butternut squash. It's called roasted butternut squash. And here I have so many squash that I need to figure out what to do. Well, I was watching Anita from Living for Later, and she was with her daughter, Faith.
And today we're going to teach you how to make a really simple baked butternut squash. I feel like squash is so underrated, and a lot of people are like, I don't like squash, and I think it's really all about how you prepare it.
I was looking at my butternut squash and thinking, what can I do? I need to start cooking the squash and eating them. I have so many. And I was watching this lady who talked about cutting up her butternut squash and putting it on a tray and baking it and eating it. And I decided, well, I need to get with it and try this out because I have so many and they're so beautiful. And I need to really eat them and enjoy them now. So that is exactly what I did. I took one of them and I cut it up into cubes, and now I'm going to put it in the oven and roast it and enjoy it.
And sometimes even longer. I just like for it to get like caramelized, and it's just really an awesome side. You can sprinkle black pepper and salt on 400, and I bake it for like an hour or so.
So I've decided to cut up the butternut squash and put it in the oven and roast them. and see what happens next. And I am very excited about this process. I'm going to roast them in the oven on 400 and then enjoy them. Well, here is my roasted butternut squash. Yes, I have finished it, and here it is. Wow, it looks pretty good to me. It almost reminds me of potatoes, you know, when we roast or fried potatoes. That's what it reminds me of, but it's with squash instead. I think it came out pretty good. I'm going to taste it. Yes, I am, and eat it and share it with my family. Well, I'm going to sample this, and they look like baked or fried potatoes. You know, potato strips or potato puffs. That's what it looks like. Let's taste it and see how it tastes. It tastes like potato. I can taste the squash now. This tastes really fresh. I like this. I might end up eating it all by myself. Came out very good. A little crispy, but a little soft and tender in the middle. I like that. I think if you have kids, they'll like it. Yeah, because it reminds me of potato, you know, potato puffs or baked potatoes. Tastes very good. Oh, good. I found a new recipe for my squash, my butternut squash. Oh, this is very good. I like this. As you can see, I have kind of leveled it out here. So now I'm going to begin to just rake it in and then put it in this garbage bag. So the idea is to rake it in and then put it in the garbage bag. This debris, I don't really want to put it all over the garden, so I'm going to put it in the bag so that it will you know, if there are any pests or anything, that they will go in the bag instead of going into my compost pile. So let me get busy. Hello there, and welcome to Catherine's garden. It's so good to be out here in the sun. The sun is shining, and it is a warm day here in my Zone 6 cottage garden, my urban cottage garden or city cottage garden, and it's so good to be outside. Right now, as you can see in the background there, that the leaves have fallen down, and in my garden there are plenty of trees. I have like 2 maple trees, a birch tree, and there are oak trees and all types of trees. It just seems like this is a lot of trees, but I love it that way because the trees provide shelter for the birds, shade for me, and also just beauty and protection. I feel surrounded. It makes my garden feel like a secret garden, a special haven, a special place. So I do miss the leaves on the trees in the fall and winter months and even early spring, but still it gives me a different view of what the garden looks like. I get to see the full landscape. I get to see all of the yard and to start to envision and decide how I want to change things and make things different or improve things in the garden. So it has its high points and it has its low points. Well, right now we're heading into winter. I do enjoy looking at the structure of the trees, the bones of it, and especially when snow is on it, it is so beautiful. But right now, with anything that you really love, you have to take care of it. So right now, it requires that we go and do some raking up of the leaves. We can't allow the leaves to stay on the ground because then they will damage the grass. And just some of these areas of beds in the garden just need to be fully cleaned up. So we're going to do a partial cleaning of some of the beds here today, and also take a look and see what has survived the temperatures and the changes in temperature so far, and just enjoy being outside on this warm, beautiful November day here in the New England area. that? I'm hoping that they would just travel. Yeah. I don't care. I don't care if they fly all over and just add such beauty to the garden. Let me help them out. Help the milkweed out. Help the milkweed out. And milkweed is good for the butterflies. Yeah, so it's a good thing. As you can see, I have kind of leveled it out here. So now I'm going to begin to just rake it in and then put it in this garbage bag. So the idea is to rake it in and then put it in the garbage bag. This debris, I don't really want to put it all over the garden, so I'm going to put it in the bag so that it will, you know, if there are any pests or anything, that they will go in the bag instead of going into my compost pile. So let me get busy. So I was able to clean up this side of the garden. Now, doesn't that look nice? And as the time goes on, I will add some more finishing touches. I might just mulch it down with either leaves or with crushed leaves or with some mulch, some bark mulch. But that's what it looks like. Now, how do you think I did? Did I do a good job? I think I did a good job. It was a lot of work, but it's refreshing and fulfilling when you see your hard work being finished here. Gives you a sense of accomplishment. Yeah, so there are a few things more that I have to do and tidy up. I just didn't have the heart to pull up the celery just yet, or the kale. But I will, as we go along, we'll continue to work it. Work the garden, work the garden. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little venture with me here in Catherine's garden. You know that there's more to go, more to do. And this is one section. Now, remember I talked about working each section of the garden? Well, this is one section that I've worked here. And then you saw the other sections that I worked on. And now we're working on the back and side sections there too as well. So that's the only way to really cover a large garden. Well, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. How is things going for you in your garden? Have you been able to do some cleanup? And are you in the cold region of the country, or are you in the warmer regions of the country in which you're able to enjoy your gardens even more? The greenery and the flowers and all that good stuff. Let me know. And make sure you come on back, subscribe, and come on back to Catherine's Garden. I'm looking forward to seeing you right here. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. And thank you. And see you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye. Hello and welcome to Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy. My name is Dr. Catherine Constant, and I am the author of the book Lady Wisdom Speaks and Lady Wisdom Gives a Party. Well, today is Sunday, and Sunday is for praise and worship. So at Pleasant Hill Baptist Church, Dennis Montgomery is our minister of music, and during the offertory time, the offering time, he started playing Just a Closer Walk with Thee, an old hymn from long ago. And so we, as the congregation, enjoyed the process of singing and worshiping God together as we sung Just a Closer Walk. And that was me in the background singing Just a Closer Walk with Thee. So listen and enjoy as you hear Dennis Montgomery and the Pleasant Hill Missionary Baptist Church congregation singing Just a Closer Walk with Thee. Enjoy! Well, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Did you go to church today? Sunday is for worship. Sunday is for worship. And we definitely had an enjoyable time in the house of the Lord. Well, Lady Wisdom wants you to know that you're wonderful, you're beautiful, you're God's gift to the world. So go on out there and shine and let the world know that Jesus Christ is Lord. And see you next time on Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy. Bye.